Well, good morning. It is Thursday. Hope you're doing well this morning. This morning, I wanted to share with you a devotion entitled "The Commission of the Church." One thing that both believers and non-believers do have in common is they're uptight about evangelism. Non-believers are uptight about being evangelized, and believers are uptight about evangelizing non-believers. However, if we want to grow as Christians, grow as believers, then we must go into all the world and preach the gospel. It's really pretty simple. Of course we call this, the Great Commission, and we find two variations of it in the New Testament. Mark's gospel, it states it this way in Mark 16:15, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature." And then in Matthew, we read there in Matthew 28, verses 19 and 20, it says, Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. So where is Jesus calling us? Well, he's calling us out into the world. He's calling us to go, to all the people everywhere. Because the primary way people come to Jesus is through hearing of the gospel, and that's usually through a personal testimony, our story. Again, who's supposed to do this? Well, again, all of us. Jesus directed these words, to all of his followers. Everyone is supposed to do this. It's not just the so-called, what we sometimes think of as the professionals, such as, pastors, evangelists, and missionaries. And so what are we supposed to do? Well, it's very simple. We're supposed to preach the gospel. So here's my question for you. This morning, I want to challenge you with, are you doing your part to fulfill the Great Commission? Are we doing that? Jesus, he commands us as his followers, to share our faith. That's just simply sharing our story about what God has done for us. But honestly, for some Christians, this has become the Great Omission instead of the Great Commission. And so I would challenge you, the commission of the church isn't to wait for the world to show up to us. We can't sit back and wait for them to come to us. Rather, the commission of the church is to go, out into the world and, go into the byways and the hedges and to take the gospel to people who perhaps have never heard the gospel. Like I said, we can't sit back and wait for them to come to us, because I don't think that's going to happen in this day and age that we live. And so I'm just challenging you this morning. I'm challenging myself. I try to challenge myself all the time to do exactly what God has commanded us to do, and that's to take the gospel to all people. Anyway, I hope you're encouraged this morning. I hope that you have a great day. Remember, Angie and I love you guys, and we're praying for you. And anyway, hope to see you tomorrow, Lord willing. God bless you.